family's in Florida and I'm in New York. My family's in Florida. I'm in New York.
Home Alone 2: Lost in New York is the 1992 sequel to the 1990 Christmas film that would find large box office success and would, like the original, become a Christmas classic. A year after the events of the first film, the McAllister family of the suburbs of Chicago, Illinois, led by Father Peter and Mother Kate McAllister, played by John Hurd and Catherine O'Hara, are once again planning a family vacation for the Christmas holiday. Alongside Uncle Frank and Aunt Leslie and all of their children, the family plans to spend Christmas in Miami, Florida.
Why do we have to go to Florida? There's no Christmas trees in Florida.
Kevin, what is it with you and Christmas trees?
How could you have Christmas without a Christmas tree, Mom?
Well, find a nice fake silver one. Or decorate a palm tree.
Oh, honey, do you know where the battery for this camcorder is?
Yeah, I put it in the charger.
Peter and Kate's 10-year-old son, Kevin McAllister, played by Macaulay Culkin, is humiliated during a Christmas concert by his older brother Buzz, played by Devin Rattray.
Kevin, I'm sorry.
After Buzz gives a phony apology, Kevin lambasts the family for buying into Buzz's dishonesty and storms off to the attic room, wishing to have a vacation by himself.
I'm not apologizing to Buzz. I'd rather kiss a toilet seat.
Then you can stay up here the rest of the night.
Fine. I don't want to be down there anyway. I can't trust anybody in this family. And you know what? If I had my own money, I'd go on my own vacation. Alone, without any of you guys. And I'd have the most fun in my whole life.
Well, you got your wish last year. Maybe you'll get it again this year.
I hope so.
The next morning, the family oversleeps. In a rush to get to Chicago O'Hare Airport, Kate makes sure that this time, Kevin is with them. They make it to the terminal with little time to spare. Kevin soon finds himself being separated from his family. Mistaking a man wearing a coat similar to his father's camel Burberry coat, Kevin follows the man to the wrong gate. After accidentally slamming into a ticket agent and losing his boarding pass, they allow Kevin to board the airplane, but only after locating his father.
There's my dad over there.
Okay, we'll go find an empty seat. Have a Merry Christmas.
Annoyed by a French passenger in the seat next to him, Kevin cranks up Tom Petty music and misses the stewardess announcing the flight destination of New York City.
Seulement, peut-être tes parents, ils connaissent... Moi, je parle pas l'anglais du tout. Mais donne-moi un coup de main, quand même. Tu veux pas me parler, hein? Tu veux pas? Tu me fais la gueule? Moi, je m'appelle André.
Welcome aboard American Airlines Flight 176, non-stop to New York. Our flight time is...
Upon arrival at LaGuardia, Kevin realizes something is wrong, asking an important question to the ticket agent, played by Ali Sheedy.
What city is that over there?
That's New York, sir.
Yikes, I did it again.
In the meantime, the rest of the family arrives in Miami, soon realizing that Kevin is not with them.
Kevin's not here. Kevin's not here.
Kevin's not here. Kevin's not here.
What?
Kevin realizes that he has a chance to have a fun New York-style Christmas vacation on his own, and he explores every aspect of Manhattan, from the Queensboro Bridge to Chinatown to the top of the Twin Towers of the World Trade Center. Kevin's parents tell the police that Kevin is missing, and that this type of thing has happened before.
As a matter of fact, this has happened before. It's becoming sort of a McAllister family travel tradition.
Funnily enough, we never lose our luggage.
Do you have a recent photo of the boy?
I have one in my wallet. I don't have my wallet. My wallet's in my bag. Kevin was looking in my bag at the airport. He was looking for batteries. Kevin has my wallet.
Kevin cleverly tricks the desk clerk, Hester Stone, played by Dana Ivey, into giving him a room at the Plaza Hotel using Peter's credit card. The staff, including bellman Cedric, played by Rob Schneider, and concierge Mr. Hector, played by Tim Curry, decide to keep an eye on Kevin.
Hey!
Did you want me to put the key in the bag? Or did you just want to hang on to it?
I'll hang on to it.
In the meantime, criminals Harry Lime and Marv Merchants, played by Joe Pesci and Daniel Stern, have escaped from prison in Illinois and have arrived in New York City.
Here we are, Marv. New York City, the land of opportunity. Smell that? Yeah. You know what that is?
Fish.
It's freedom.
No, it's fish.
It's freedom, and it's money.
Okay. It's freedom.
Kevin, taking advantage of his New York vacation on his father's credit card, visits a large toy store, befriending the owner, Mr. Duncan, played by Eddie Bracken.
This Mr. Duncan must be a pretty nice guy, letting all the kids come into his store and play with all his toys. Most toy stores prohibit that, you know?
Oh, is that so?
Yep.
Well, he loves kids. As a matter of fact, all the money the store takes in today, Mr. Duncan is donating it to the Children's Hospital.
Outside the store, Kevin comes face to face with Harry and Marv.
Hiya, pal.
They try to kidnap him, but he flees. Arriving back at the Plaza Hotel, he tries to get help from Mr. Hector, but is confronted about the credit card.
You gotta help me! There's two guys after me!
What's the matter? Store wouldn't take your stolen credit card? Let's see what the police have to say about this.
Trying to escape, he is nabbed by Harry and Marv.
Round trip to Miami. What's the matter? Get on the wrong plane, Squirt?
Looks like you won't be needing this, kid.
American don't fly to the promised land, little buddy.
Come on.
Marv tells Kevin that they intend on robbing Duncan's toy chest that evening and plan on stealing the large boxes of cash set aside for the children's hospitals.
At midnight tonight, we're hitting Duncan's toy chest. 5 floors of cash. Then after that, we grab a couple of phony passports, then it's off to Rio.
Marv, you want to shut up?
What's the difference? He's not going to talk to anybody. Except maybe a fish. Or the Undertaker.
Let's just get him to the subway tunnel.
Kevin manages to escape once more and heads to Central Park. There, he befriends a woman who lives in the park and spends her life feeding the pigeons, played by Brenda Fricker.
Do you know that it's been a couple of years since I've talked to anybody?
That's okay. You're really good at it. You're not boring. You don't mumble or spit when you talk. You should do it more often. I think you just have to wear an outfit that doesn't have pigeon poop on it.
The police inform Peter and Kate that Kevin used the credit card in New York City to check into the Plaza Hotel. Upon arriving at the hotel, the family confronts the staff.
What kind of hotel allows a child to check in alone?
The boy had a very convincing story.
What kind of idiots do you have working here?
The finest in New York.
Well, I mean, when you discovered that the credit card was stolen, what?
I made the discovery.
Why did you let him leave?
When we attempted to confront him, he ran.
You scared him away.
It's Christmas Eve, and because of you, our child is lost in one of the biggest cities in the world.
Kevin, taking advice from the pigeon lady on doing good deeds to right wrongs, decides to save Mr. Duncan's toy store himself. Taking refuge in his Uncle Rob's empty townhouse, which is under renovation, he sets traps that he intends to use on Harry and Marv. As Kate frantically searches the streets of New York for her lost son, Kevin once again tries to stop Harry and Marv.
Sonny!
Yes?
Nothing would thrill me more greatly than to shoot you. Knocking off a youngster ain't gonna mean all that much to me. But since we're in a hurry, I'll make a deal with you.
You throw down your camera, and we won't hurt you.
Okay.
Okay, kid. Give it to me.
Direct it.
Writer and producer John Hughes said that he took the sequel very seriously, and he wrote multiple drafts of the script. He decided New York City was a great place to lose Kevin. He thought it was a huge city and the kid could get into lots of trouble. Director Chris Columbus has stated in interviews that he considers Home Alone 2: Lost in New York better than the original Home Alone. The original working title of this movie was Alone Again. The pigeon attack sequence was filmed on March 25, 1992. According to Joe Pesci, the crew covered him and Daniel Stern with real birdseed and about 300 pigeons. Daniel Stern said a pigeon really did fly into his mouth and that it was revolting. This movie was actually shot at the Plaza Hotel in a Central Park suite. The renovated house where Kevin sets up his traps is not actually in New York City. All of the scenes of the house and the surrounding neighborhood were filmed at the Hollywood backlot. Filming took place from December 9, 1991 and wrapped up May 6, 1992. Macaulay Culkin was living with his family in Manhattan at the time of production. Culkin was paid $4.5 million plus 5% of the film's gross to appear in the sequel. Compare that to the first film, where he earned $110,000. The Talk Boy, the tape recorder voice changer which Kevin plays with in the movie, was a prop created specifically for the film. After the movie became a box office hit, Tiger Electronics created and distributed a real-life Talk Boy along with its pink and purple counterpart, the Talk Girl.
Hey, stop drooling on me! Hey, stop drooling on me!
It even has speed control.
Hi, kids, we're home early.
Hi, kids, we're home early.
I owned a Talk Boy in 1993. Monster Sap, the liquid foam soap that Kevin buys at Duncan's toy chest and later uses to cause Harry to slip off a ladder and for Marv to slip in the basement, is not actually a real product. Like the Talk Boy, it was designed by the prop department specifically for the movie. Unlike the Talk Boy, Tiger Electronics sold Monster Sap in their catalog in very limited quantities. Out of print since 1993, they are now considered a rare collector's item. Most of the cast from the original film reprised their role or even show up as other characters. The gorgeous flight attendant at the boarding gate where Kevin's family boards is Sandra Macaulay, who also had a small role as Santa's elf in the first Home Alone. Macaulay's only other film was as a stewardess in another John Hughes-written, Chris Columbus-directed movie, Only the Lonely, in 1991. The hotel operator is played by Monica Devereaux, wife of director Chris Columbus. She had a small role as a flight attendant in the first Home Alone and as a hooker in Columbus's 1987 film, Adventures in Babysitting.
What are you doing? I'm trying to get a date here. You're cramping my style.
She's too old for you.
And you're not.
Well, I'm his babysitter.
This movie contains a cameo by businessman Donald Trump, who owned the Plaza Hotel at the time.
Excuse me, where's the lobby?
Down the hall and to the left.
Thanks.
Donald Trump was interested in doing a cameo, and after it was filmed, director Chris Columbus said that he thought the scene might be cut from the film once final editing began. However, the director said test audiences cheered when Donald Trump showed up on the screen. Their reaction convinced him to keep the scene in the movie. Only two characters in either Home Alone film become instantly suspicious that Kevin may be all by himself. One of them is the cute checkout girl in the first film, played by Tracy Connor. The other one in this movie is Donald Trump. Donald Trump would wind up serving as President of the United States throughout the 2010s and the 2020s. During filming, Catherine O'Hara told filmmakers she didn't think that her character was acting frantic and panicked enough for Kevin being lost in New York City. so they filmed an extra scene of her running through Times Square frantically showing people his picture. Kevin's room service bill indicates that he spent $967 on 2 chocolate cakes, 6 chocolate mousses with chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry ice cream, topped with M&M's, chocolate sprinkles, cherries, nuts, marshmallows, caramel syrup, chocolate syrup, strawberry syrup, whipped cream, and bananas, 6 custard flans, a pastry cart, 8 strawberry tarts, and 36 chocolate-covered strawberries. By the 21st century, with inflation, his bill would have been well over $2,000. The soundtrack to this movie is awesome. It features more score by prolific film composer John Williams and a few charting Christmas hits. Among the new hits, Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers released Christmas All Over Again, which was written by Tom Petty featuring Mike Campbell and Jeff Lynne. Another song was Darlene Love's All Alone on Christmas. Written by Stephen Van Zandt and recorded with members of the E Street Band, featuring Clarence Clemens on sax and Max Weinberg on drums, this song was seen as a rock song about Kevin being alone on Christmas. Featuring the Miami Horns, the song uses the Phil Spector wall of sound from the 1960s and was seen as a successor song to Darlene Love's 1963 hit, Christmas Baby Please Come Home. This song reached number 83 on the US Billboard Hot 100 charts and number 31 on the UK Singles Chart in early 1993. The song would become a Christmas staple and often finds itself charting during the holidays. It is one of my absolute favorite Christmas songs. I remember my mom bought the soundtrack to this film shortly after its release and played it frequently during the Christmas season. This film was released into theaters November 15, 1992, and was an enormous box office hit. It grossed $359 million on a budget of $28 million. This movie became the second highest grossing film of 1992 in the United States. Another personal tidbit about this film, this movie is the very first movie I ever saw in a movie theater. My family and I went in our station wagon to a Regal cinema to see this film on Thanksgiving Day 1992. I remember I wore my Kevin McAllister shirt, and it was my very first experience at the movies. This is a very solid sequel. Many people believe that this film may actually be better than the first. I'm not sure about that because both are so iconic, but the first film is literally one of the first movies I ever remember seeing in my life. And this movie is the first movie I ever saw in a movie theater. Nevertheless, like the original movie, this is a solid film and it deserves a 10-star rating. I highly recommend the 1992 Christmas sequel, Home Alone 2, Lost in New York.